Welcome back to the Hardport Pub. I'm Brian the Beer Snob, and I'm mixing it up. I know I've been doing, spring is coming. I hear the birds chirping in the morning. It's warming up. The weather's getting nice. I got in on those IPAs, the last few reviews. Trying to get those. Hello, Tiger. It's going through the fridge. I still got a couple of stouts in there, and I got to get those done while it's still a little cool. I mean, they're cool. They're cold weather beers. I used to enjoy them year round, but I want to get this knocked out. So let's get into a stout. Okay, what do we got here? This is from Anderson Valley Brewing Company. It's going to be a first time for me. Never reviewed a beer of theirs. This is Barney Flats Oatmeal Stout, and it's got a bear on the label with antlers. Don't know what that's all about, but this says ball horning since 1987. It's 5.7% alcohol. It says it's a solar-powered brewery. Never heard of one of those either. Bunch of firsts going on. This is from Anderson Valley Brewing Company in Boonville, California. So it's a stout. I'm going to put it in a stout glass. Let's see what it's all about. Beautiful. Beautiful. It looks like Coca-Cola coming out of the glass. Beautiful. Said it a million times. I've got these insanely bright lights that I use when I'm filming, and I see nothing. I see nothing through this. This is very dark, and I hope very delicious. I do love oatmeal stouts. Had plenty from various brewers. Like I said, my first time tasting one from Anderson Valley Brewing Company in Boonville, California. Let's see what she's got for a smell. Not getting any particular aromas off of it. It has a scent, but it's nothing. Let's see what she tastes like. That's the important thing. I mean, I like it to look good, I like it to smell good, but if it doesn't look good and it doesn't smell good, but it tastes good, to me, taste is the most important thing. Let's see what she's got. Cheers. Okay, so as far as stouts go, the flavors of this beer, I'd say that the traditional stout flavor is there. It's just very, very mild and subdued. It's there. No particular flavor is like screaming the loudest of this. It's they're all just kind of like, hey, I'm here, I'm here. It's not going to be my favorite stout. I like stouts that have robust flavors, flavors that are very noticeable. This has the flavors. It's just so, the flavors are just so mild and subdued that it makes this beer nothing special. I'm not going to remember drinking this beer. If you ask me next week if I've had one, I'll probably say no, because this is not leaving a lasting impression on my memory. It's got a beautiful looking can. It's a painted label, so I mean they spent some money on this. I've never heard anything about Anderson Valley Brewing Company out in California. I don't know, you know, it says since 1987. I don't know what other beers they got. But for me, I would say that this beer would be a good beer to get a non-stout drinker into the stout beers, because it's so mild, doesn't have traditional beer flavor. And when I say traditional beer flavor, I'm talking about before craft beer came around and you got all these wacky different flavors in your beers. Beer that tastes like beer. If those are what you drink, this beer would be a beer that you might think, maybe I can do stouts. Most other stouts I've tasted have been way more flavorful than this one. But like I say, if you're drinking a beer, and I rate it like this, so like the light beers are down here, and then the regular beers, and then you go off into your crazy, you know, you got your IPAs and your porters and stouts and stuff up here, and I put them higher on the list because they're just more flavorful. I mean, light beers, for the most part, are at the bottom of the flavor scale. You're not going to get much flavor out of a light beer. Regular beers have more flavor, like I said, between a Bud Light and a Budweiser. But then above that, you know, because those are they're macro produced. They're produced in quantity. They're all heavily, you know, they're filtered, they're clear, they're crisp, they're refreshing, they have drinkability. You want to drink one after the other after the other. But once you get up the scale of beers, where you've got more flavorful beers, they've got more alcohol in them, you don't want to just sit back and smash those down. You just want to sip on them and enjoy them, because the flavors are much more stronger. The alcohol is higher, so you don't have to slam as many to feel it. This beer, I would put it at the bottom. I mean, when you go from like a regular beer and you want to skip the IPAs like I did, I went straight from being a light beer drinker to a stout drinker. I skipped everything in the middle. Now I'm finding my way through the middle, and I'm loving it. There's a lot of great beers out there. But if you've been turned off to stouts in the past because it's just too much flavor and they're too thick, Anderson Valley Barney Flats Oatmeal Stout is a good introduction to stouts for a non-stout drinker. It's got the flavors, they're very mild, but as far as I'm concerned, this is a bottom end stout beer. I don't like it. I don't care for it. It's not what I was expecting. That's going to get a thumbs down from me. I won't buy it again because I'm not a new stout drinker. I've been a stout lover for a few years now, so I want a stout that's actually more bold in the flavor. So this has flavor. It's not a bland beer. Has flavor. It's just too mild for me for a stout. So it is what it is. If you don't like stouts because they're too flavorful, try this one. This will ease you back in. So thanks for stopping by the Hardcore Pub, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Till then. Meh.